You've probably heard a lot about seasonal slowdowns in real estate around this time of year. But how does that actually affect your home's value? And what does it mean if you're trying to buy a home right now? Well, one thing that is for certain is Calgary's real estate market is slowing down. So in this video, we're going to take a look at what's changing and why, as well as the impact on the market. So you do not want to miss this video if you're thinking about making a winter sale or trying to pick up a property for a bargain during the slower winter months. And with that, welcome to the December update. What's going on, everybody? I'm Ryan, and we are back for our last market update for 2023. What a year it has been. But the focus now really starts to shift to 2024 and what's in store. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss my Outlook video that's going to be coming soon. It's going to be an interesting one as we crack open the Calgary Real Estate Board's forecast for 2024 and take a look at what the expectations and projections are for the new year. But first, let's talk about Calgary's real estate market slowing down and why it's definitely not cooling down. The most common misconception will be that because the market's slowing down, the market's also softening and prices are cooling off. But prices aren't cooling off at all. In fact, the opposite. We've hit another record high. The benchmark price for a home in Calgary hit $572,700. That's nearly an 11% increase from this time last year. But if you remember, last year, Calgary's market saw a legit slowdown and cooling off of prices. Prices had declined from the yearly high set in May of $543,000. That means prices are now only up by 5.5% from last year's peak, which is a much more manageable number than 11%. And if we take a look at this chart of the benchmark price over the last 3 years in more detail, you can see the modest cool off that happened at the end of 2021. And you can see the much more noticeable cool off that happened for the later part of 2022. Now this year, we're not seeing much of a cooling off at all, but more of a leveling off of prices. And that's because the two factors keeping prices stable are low inventory and plenty of demand. And this brings us to one of the more confusing dynamics to understand, because this month's report said that new listings had increased by nearly 40% compared to last year. So with that kind of volume, how is inventory not recovering? Well, the answer is simple. Sales are nearly as strong as new listings. Despite there being 2,227 new listings this month, there were also 1,787 sales. That equates to an 80% sales to new listing ratio, which basically means 80% of the homes listed last month sold last month. This is that demand we've been talking about all year and is coming from a number of different places. Migration, shift in property ownership, immigration, you name it. It's strong, it's persistent, and it's going to keep property values stable through this time of slower activity. And that's just it. Every year, we see this same slowdown in sales and new listings as buyers and sellers take a break from the market. It's really easy to understand when we visualize it in these two charts showing sales and new listings every year over the past decade. It's not a drop off of a cliff. It's a slow, gradual decline over the fall and winter months, and it's only natural with the holidays and the colder weather that comes in. So when you hear or read that the market is slowing down, it's not a cause for concern. In fact, homeowners, you can rest easy knowing that you're likely not going to see a decrease in your property's value over the next couple of months. Now, you do need to note that because the market's slower, it may take a little bit longer for you to sell. That being said, the buyers out there right now tend to be very serious. So if you need to sell, go ahead with full confidence. And buyers, this marks a great opportunity to get into the market during this calming of the storm. There will be challenges. There's going to be fewer options available, but the trade-off is you likely don't have to compete with other buyers on a property. Now, in terms of where the market sits for each property type, we're continuing to see the same trends hold true. Condos and townhouses are continuing to lead the charge thanks to more affordability during this time of higher interest rates. Apartment sales continue to break records, and we've already broken the yearly sales volume record set last year with 7,487 sales to date this year, and we still have 1 month remaining to push that number even higher. Prices continued to push higher, reaching $320,100 thanks to all of that sales activity. Townhouses actually saw a bit of balance for once. For the first time since 2021, the sales to new listing ratio dropped below 75%. Now at 72%, it's still a very hot seller's market. But this is a sector that's been dealing with mid-80s to high 90s all year long. It's a great break and it's well needed. Prices still pushed higher to $429,100, and townhomes continue to be the top growth sector across the market. Detached and semi-detached properties continued to see sales slump due to limited options under $700,000. Affordability is the name of the game for buyers, and with inventory growing for homes priced over $600,000 and shrinking for homes priced under $600,000, it's going to take a real catalyst to spark buying power for these sales numbers to start recovering. That being said, Calgary is still a single family home city, and detached sales still made up nearly 50% of sales for the month. Prices also remain strong in both sectors, with detached prices increasing from last month to $699,500 and semi-detached prices staying put for where they were last month at $628,700. Overall, it's been an incredible year for Calgary real estate. Many homeowners have taken advantage of this fantastic market, and many more will continue to do so in the new year. And for buyers, yeah, it's been challenging at times, but this is one of the greatest cities in the world to call home. And for those of you that did succeed in finding your new home, you can relax and enjoy watching those values tick higher in the new year. That is it, the last update for 2023. Happy holidays, enjoy time with family and friends, celebrate, have fun. And of course, if you want to start putting together your plan for the new year for the spring market, give me a call. Until the next one, we're out.